Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I'm out at Heroes Park again today, and I have a drone that I really enjoyed over the last couple of years, the Parrot Anafi. Now, I have a confession to make. This is a drone, this will be the first time I've flown this particular Anafi. I bought one a while back, and you know, I hadn't flown it in a while, so I ended up selling it and almost immediately regretted it because there's a lot to like about this guy. Then just a week or two ago or three ago, the Anafi, I saw it on woot.com as a refurb for $299. And when you think about all the excitement over the upcoming mini drones from Hubsan, FEMA, and DJI, and Autel, and whoever else, and you know, their price point is about, you know, anywhere from $400 to $500 to $600. $299 for this guy just seems like an astounding deal. It shoots in 4K 30 frames per second HDR. It has a full-featured app that includes things like waypoints. It has lossless digital zoom, all kinds of tricks up its sleeve. So, you know, for $299, how can you go wrong? The only downside I can say to this guy is range. It's a Wi-Fi drone. And, you know, especially I'm in an urban environment here, we'll see how it does, but you know, I've had issues in the past with it being fairly close and not getting a very good signal. But, you know, often you don't need to fly very far away, and this guy just brings a lot to the table. I haven't flown one in a long time, so bear with me because I'll probably be stumbling through the app here, but let's just get this guy up and fly it and see how it does. So give me a second to get everything fired up, and we'll take this little dude up in the air. Okay, so we're all connected and ready to go. I'll put up the UAV forecast so you guys can see the wind conditions today. It is a little windy, but nothing that this little drone can't handle. And you're gonna see on the screen that I'm down to 93% battery. I did use this battery to update the drone, update the firmware. There were a couple of firmware updates, so we got all those done. And what's cool is the Free Flight 6 app remembered all my previous flights and everything, so I didn't really have to do anything there. So I'm just going to click fly, and there we are. We got the drone set up, and you can look at the bottom. We've got it in video mode standard, 30 frames per second in 4K. We could put it in HDR. Well, no, I guess it is in HDR. I see that at the top. One of the things I've noticed with this drone, with the 16 gig card that comes with it, often you can fill it up pretty quickly in one flight. So let's see. I see it's got presets set on sport. So yeah, we're gonna leave it on sport there, and because I can tell you film is very, very slow, so I think we're good. And let's see, manual flight. Yeah, I'm trying to remember all of the app here. So looks to me like we're good to go, and it's not asking for any calibrations. That would have been on the other screen, so we're ready to go. I see no reason why we can't take off. So I am going to hit takeoff on the controller right here and get out of the way so you guys can see it. And look at that. It is such a quiet little drone, and it starts recording immediately as soon as you take off. So, I mean, look at how steady, just steady as a rock. How refreshing is that, huh? What's that remind you of? It reminds you of DJI a little bit. So let's rotate it around here, and we'll get you a look at the drone and drop that gimbal down just a little. And as you can see on the screen there, those zebra stripes are telling me the part of the video that is overexposed. But look at how steady this guy is, and you can bring it in nice and close. Let's rock it back and forth. And I do want to remind you that is a 2-axis gimbal, but you know, you can see it in the roll axis there working just fine. So let me pick it up and put it on the other side of the camera here. And we are going to turn it around. And it's, even in sport mode, that yaw is pretty slow, which I'm actually kind of fine with. Let's, in fact, let's move it around here a little bit more to the other side of us, and so we can do our droning. And I'm going to turn our camera around so that you can see that droning. And boy, did that camera tilt. Sorry about that. I've got so much stuff hanging off the top of my GoPro here that it makes it difficult to hold the thing steady. But any case, let's bring it in just a little. And we're going to go reverse it up now. So reverse and up. And there she goes. What a cool little drone, man. Yeah, handles just as nice as what I remember. And you can see they're out here mowing again. Strong interference we're getting already. And that is typical of this drone. You know, I've told you that I've seen interference right here in the park before. It's just a Wi-Fi drone, and I'm got the remote pointed directly at it. But let's fly over into the other corner over here, and let's just go full stick forward. And I'm going to raise some altitude at the same time. We can see our speed. We're picking up about 13 meters per second or so. And we're going to stop right there. And it's giving me very strong interference, it says. And I've got that in that corner before. And I'm assuming that's Wi-Fi interference. But it looks like we're still good. We got a good connection. It kind of cleared up there. So let's bring it back. And I'm getting a little bit of choppiness on FPV, and I am going to chalk that up to the Wi-Fi interference. Now it's kind of smoothed out. So let's go back to this other corner, and then we'll fly it back to us. Again, this is my first flight with this drone, so this is all new, and we're going to stay away from that from the playground there, because we don't want to go over the top of any people. And you can see me standing there. And yeah, I mean, the choppiness in FPV is not good. Typically you would hope for a nice smooth FPV experience. Let's kind of drop the gimbal as we come down over the top of us here, and you can see me standing there on the edge of the picnic shelter. And let's pick that gimbal back up. Let's kind of get over here by the flag. Kind of a good day to get a picture of the flag in the pond because of the wind blowing. So let's get it in. Let's bring it on in here. Well, I don't know, the flag, I'm feeling a pretty good wind, but that flag is just kind of hanging there, isn't it? Maybe it might be tangled up a little bit. Now, there we go. That gives us a good shot at Old Glory. Okay, I'm going to try something here, and I cannot remember exactly where it's at, but we're going to look on the screen here. We're going to see if we can do a that's not what I want. I want to do a Dolly Zoom, and I'll tell you what, I can't. There's Flight Plan, Touch and Fly. Flight Plan is their version of waypoints. Let's see. I wonder if. So let's see what that says. Well, we can try that. How about that? How about, no, it turned back towards me, so it didn't like that at all. So we're going to try that again. I was hoping that I could do the Dolly Zoom on the flag, and I'm going to say that because Well, I don't know. Let's try that again. I'm sorry I'm stumbling around here, but so let's try that again. Let's bring it in close to the flag, and then we are going to draw a rectangle around the subject. And again, it just turns around and faces me. Yeah, that's not what we want to do. Well, sorry about that. We're going to hit stop again. Evidently you can only do the Dolly Zoom on yourself, so we'll bring it in here and we'll try that. Let's bring it around. Bring it around in front of us. And bring it down. And we'll try a Dolly Zoom. I was hoping I could get that Dolly Zoom on the flag. I'm gonna have to look into that some more. I don't remember that, but clearly it focused in on me on that Dolly Zoom. So I'm dropping some altitude here. Let's try that again. So we're gonna click and we're going to do a Dolly Zoom. And, well, you know, there's a couple of them down there. I think one where it just goes out. Let's start with that first one. And it's counting down. And there it goes. It's doing that Dolly Zoom. And it just went straight back. And I can't remember if it comes back to where it started. No, it didn't. It stopped. So let's bring it back in. And well, that's probably closer than I had wanted, but let's do Dolly Zoom again. And let's do where it goes in and out. So it's counting down, and I think it zooms both directions then, yeah. And now it should come back. Yeah. Now that one was pretty cool, huh? I mean, you know, so let's try that again, and let's do it. It looks that arrow is going 2 out, so I don't know. I think it does it twice. I'm not sure, but let's try it. Let's see what happens. Again, it's been a while since I've done this with this drone, so it's moving out, and then it zoomed back out. And it stopped, so that was the end of it. So I think at the end of the Dolly Zoom, it moved out. So, okay, let's pick the drone up so that we have some altitude. I can bring it closer, but I want it up higher because I want to make sure we clear everything here. And I'm trying to remember what a parabola does, but let's try that. It's been a while since I've done it. So we're going to do the 30mm one, and let's see what happens. Yeah, that's cool. So it's flying up, and you know, that I think is kind of like what you would call a helix on a DJI drone. And now it's coming back down. And we just about hit a tree there, so that's the problem with these. So yeah, I hit the upstick there real quick. It was going right into that tree. So that's why there's a lesson right there. Pay attention when you're doing these, and you're probably better off, let's pick up that camera. And you're better off out in an open area, particularly on that one, because it was dropping back down, and it was dropped right into the top of that tree had I not been watching. So lesson learned there, guys. These are all right, but do them in an open area. Pick up that camera. Sorry, I had that gimbal pointed down. Well, we should be able to do an orbit. Let me get it up high and out a little ways. And I'm going to draw a circle around me. And let's do an orbit. And you can choose both ways. Let's do clockwise. And we should be high enough here that we'll clear everything. Actually, that's counterclockwise, so sorry about that. And I'm watching the drone here to make sure that it does clear everything. We're down to 37% battery, so we've used up some battery on this guy. But I'll tell you what, it's just as much fun as I remember. This is a lot of drone for the money. I paid $299 for this, folks. I mean, man. I gotta admit, I'm disappointed that I couldn't do that Dolly Zoom on the flag there. So there's the orbit. And it's gonna stop. I'm gonna go back into regular flight here. We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to go back into manual flight, and I'm going to pick up the gimbal here, and we've got 33% battery. I'm going to see if I can get us across the road there into the field. Now we're going to be careful to wait till we are clear of traffic, but I want to see if we can get some range on this guy. Okay, looks like we got a clear spot right there. And yeah, I'm already getting interference. Yeah, very strong interference. Yep. So we are in the red zone, so it wouldn't surprise me. And we're how far away? 275 meters away. So that's always been the weak point of this drone. That you have that, that kind of interference. And my FPV is I mean, I guess I guess it's kind of recovered now a little bit, but it was getting pretty blocky. So let's let me see if I can yaw around. Yeah, and I'm not getting that yaw command. Yeah, so we're definitely having some control issues here because of signal. So I'm going to go ahead and hit return to home. And yeah, we lost connection. Although return to home is I'm telling you that's probably because it turned around. Yeah, look, it's on its way back to us. Yeah, it's moving right along now. So there again, particularly in an urban environment like this, understand that you just are not going to get a lot of range out of this guy. And that's always been the big criticism of it is, Wi-Fi interference really messes with it. Now, I could take this someplace out like at the Snake River Canyon and so forth and get a lot more range, but we're down to 22% battery. Let's just let it land here. I'm going to turn the GoPro around. Let me get the camera pointed down here. So it's kind of missing the mark here. You guys are kind of seeing that. I mean, not too far off. Let's go ahead and let's just tell it to land, and let's see if how close it gets to the landing pad here. So this guy, you have to tell it to land, and you do that on the app. So I'm going to click at the top there, land, and down it comes. And it's about 1.5 feet off the pad. Quite frankly, I've seen this drone get a lot closer than that before. So we're at 18% battery. I didn't notice our flight time there, but like I said, it wasn't a fully charged battery to begin with. Let me go ahead and get everything shut down here, and we'll talk about what we saw. Okay guys, the Parrot Anafi, and I brought the case out because I wanted to show you the case that this guy comes in. Comes with this nice little case that that holds the drone in it. You know, they give you an SD card. It's pretty complete. The only thing that that I needed was I needed a USB to Lightning for my iPhone to connect it up, but make sure you get a good quality OTG cable. I get mine off of Amazon, but what a cool little drone. Now, we saw some of the best parts of this drone and one of the worst parts of its drone. In fact, you know, the biggest downside to this drone, and you guys saw it, was that Wi-Fi connection. Just in an urban environment like this where there's a lot of Wi-Fi interference, you're not going to get a lot of range. I mean, you know, I was out there, gosh, maybe 200 meters in the corner of the park here, and we were getting interference and getting FPV breakup and as well. The problem with FPV breakup is, you know, you're trying to get a shot and you want to be able to frame it, and if you're getting that stuttery FPV breakup, makes it difficult to get your shot. Now, I'm confident that had I been out someplace like the Snake River Canyon, or, you know, out where there's not a lot of Wi-Fi interference, this guy will go out over a kilometer. I've had it out before and you get a pretty good connection, but boy, it is really susceptible to Wi-Fi interference. So you just need to understand that. As long as you have it close in, you're good to go, but it's just worth mentioning. Other than that, it is a full-featured product. I mean, you saw it's pretty fast. I can't remember how fast we had it up to, but I think it does like 32, 33 miles per hour, something like that. That's pretty quick. It's a very lightweight drone, easy to carry around, and full-featured. We dug into some of the features, and I was so rusty on those. I apologize in advance for stumbling through them. One of the things that I really wanted to get, and that's one of the reasons I came out here to Heroes Park, is I wanted to do a Dolly Zoom on the flagpole out there. Well, it doesn't work because that Dolly Zoom is not only keyed in optically when you draw that square around yourself, it's also keyed into GPS. So every time I would hit that, the drone would snap around and face me. So that's just good to know. But it's got, you saw all those automated features that it has. I mean, it's got a ton of them, and we'll spend some more time on another flight going over those. But yeah, I mean, it's just a fun little drone, and this is something that's going to be in my drone arsenal for a while. I don't intend on selling this guy. So what I'm going to say is, if you're looking for a full-featured drone, doesn't have any geofencing, has excellent video, and you guys will look at the video quality, and you know, you saw me flying the new FEMI Mini, and you saw the gimbal shake and the vignetting around the corners of the video and stuff. You're not going to see any of that on this guy. This guy has got just an amazing camera on it. So yeah, I mean, that's worth something. Why do you buy a GPS camera drone? To get good video and good pictures, and this guy does a great job of that. So I guess that's about it. We'll fly it again soon, and one of the things that I've thought is, you know, when Hubsan comes out with their Mini, and I get my new FEMI X8 Mini, when the second one that I ordered via my friend Jet Martin shows up, we'll get that, and we'll get the DJI Minis, and we'll compare them all. We'll compare video quality, because again, why do you buy a GPS camera drone? To get good pictures and good video. $299 when you catch it on sale on woot.com. So, you know, just keep an eye out for it, and I recommend it. All right, I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really do appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And yeah, of course, we'll see you on the next one. Yeah, Parrot Anafi, one of my faves. All right, see you guys.